Hey, George, good morning. Let us tell you personally, congratulations on the deal to go to Toronto.
Good morning, and appreciate it, guys.
What were your impressions of Toronto and the Blue Jays when you were playing with the Astros? Was that a place that you said to yourself, wow, it must be fun for these guys to play here? Or did you even bother considering what it was up there to play?
Oh no, it was always fun to play there. I always felt like the fans were into every pitch, every game. It didn't matter if it was kind of, an idle Monday in May or, a important game in September. It always really felt like electric. And I always kind of enjoyed playing there. I've always enjoyed playing there. And, now I look forward to playing there as a home player.
Hey, George, in that ballpark, I know we've played some years apart, but same stadium now. It seemed like that lower deck, there was always lights that kind of shined down there. Did you notice that when you played defense, or did they finally fix that?
I never noticed it. No, I've actually always seen well there, both offensively and in the outfield.
Yeah, it's a great place. Hey, so I want to go here with you real quick. We go so far back. I remember having conversations with you when Houston tempted you as a young guy for that contracts they were throwing out at all the young players. You bet on yourself. How often did you think about that as you were approaching free agency through the years?
Honestly, I really didn't. I believe in myself. It takes a lot of hard work. You play the game hard. You kind of enjoy it, and it's an interesting process, I guess. It's a fun process, and I'm happy where I'm at.
We in the media, and not us, Harold and I specifically, but a lot of our colleagues, we try to draw connections for free agents based on where they live, where they're from. And in your case, George, everybody was talking about, oh, he's from Connecticut, Mets, Northeast, blah, 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 blah. I mean, did you follow that dialogue? Did you laugh at it? Was there anything to it at any point?
No, I just think it's funny how everybody just thinks they know what someone's going to do. Mm-hmm. I wanted to go where I believed I was going to be happy. It's a really short flight from home. I guess we do play in the AL East, but at the end of the day, I was extremely drawn to Toronto, and I'm happy where I'm at.
Hey, George, did they give you any indication with the way COVID is right now that you guys may play part season in Toronto this year? You're going to start in Dunedin, maybe Buffalo. Did you guys discuss that at all?
I never brought it up. I think it's just one of those things where you just have to make an adjustment as you go. Obviously the goal is to play at home, which is to play in Toronto. So that's a little above my head. So
notice you didn't say pay grade, because you got paid.
No. That's obviously still above that too. There's a lot of guys that go above my pay grade. Trust me on that one.
I love it. Hey, so one last thing I want to throw at you here. May have another couple of questions, but when I'm going back old school again, when I played against the Blue Jays and we were in Toronto, I kid you not, Darnell Coles and Joe Carter would come pick me up for lunch, and they would have the Blue Jays insignia on the side of their car. I don't know if you've ever heard this, but they used to put this Blue Jay brand on the side of their cars because they gave them cars. This is a little sample, see? So you see the old Blue Jay, and then they put Springer in there. All right? This is a little replica. We couldn't find the real car. But they used to do that.
I like it.
I'm serious. They used to do that. You drive all over town.
Could you imagine driving all over Toronto with a car that had a Blue Jays logo and your name on it? No way.
No, I'm a pretty private guy. I'm going to probably be cruising around in my Ford Raptor up there, just hanging out. That's a little obvious for me. I like the car, but I don't know if I would drive around in. I think that's got my name and the Blue Jays on the side of it.
Hey, George, I'm always curious about this, and I ask this of guys like yourself who've only known one uniform your whole career. So you're going to a new team now. Who on the Blue Jays were you friendly with? How have you gone about reaching out to say hello? Tell us about the relationships aspect of this.
Yeah, so obviously I know Hudgy very well. I've played with Teo. I've played with Fish. I know Kevin by default, I guess. I know Guriel through his brother. So, at the end of the day, it is a little interesting. I've been in the same organization my whole career. But I'm just going to kind of go with it, man. I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm excited about the future, excited about getting in the locker room. So I can't wait to get going.
So what are you going to miss about Houston? Because you were there a long time. That was your only stop.
I'm going to miss everything. I'm going to miss the guys, and I'm going to miss the city. I'm going to miss the fans. It's a very fun place to play. It's a great place to play. The fans, the city, they really rally behind you. They really get behind their teams, and they enjoy the game. And as a home player, it makes it fun to come to the park every day, to know that the fans are going to be there. It doesn't matter what time of the day. I'm going to miss the guys. I grew up with them. I've played with Alex. I've played with Jose. I've played with Carlos essentially my whole career, and it's a great locker room. I love those guys, and I'll miss everything about it.
I watched some of your interviews with folks when you signed here in Toronto, and a lot of people were trying to correlate it to your early days in Houston. But this club is a little bit further along, I think. I mean, you're in a 100-loss type of situation in Houston. When you got to the big leagues, they're loaded with a lot of young talent. I guess that's the only thing you can kind of equate it to. How do you assess the Blue Jays when people say, well, it reminds you of Houston? It doesn't to me, but what about yourself?
Yeah, I think being in it at the time in Houston, you just kind of go out and play, and you're not really trying to obviously go out and get embarrassed every day, but you're trying to learn and you're trying to develop, and there's a lot of hard work that's going on. And then being on the other side of it now, understanding, I see the potential in this team. I see the potential in all their guys, and it does remind me a lot of Houston. I obviously think extremely high of all the guys that I just left. I think they're unbelievable players. But I've heard that this lineup is advanced for their age, I guess. But I'm kind of itching to kind of see what it's about, and kind of just sit there and talk and just kind of have some dialogue.
So, I'm thinking back, George, to when you were a young bull in 2014-15. You're just getting your feet wet, and you were thrashing around in that outfield in Houston and crashing into walls and robbing homers. And there was a youthful energy about your game that hasn't dissipated. But, now that you're over 30, do you train differently? Do you prepare differently? Are you thinking more about kind of long-term preservation? Because you never played like that as a young guy.
Well, I not really. I kind of always believed I was invincible as a youngin', and it's not necessarily the best way to play. I probably concussed myself a few times here. I've hit some walls that I probably shouldn't have. But that's how I play. That's who I am. It may just take me a little bit longer to get loose, and to kind of slow down after the game, but I'm going to play the same way. It's all I know. That's who I am. Hopefully I just don't hurt myself.
Now, man, we know how good this fit is going to be. We know what a big hit you're going to be in Toronto, how much you're going to love it. So congratulations on a wonderful chapter in your life and career here. And we really appreciate you taking some time with us, George. Best of luck to you in Toronto.